Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Today, we're going to look at the SEC battle between the Kentucky Wildcats as they travel to Ole Miss to battle Coach Beard and the Ole Miss Rebels. Okay, I'm looking to fade Kentucky here. They dropped their most anticipated game of the year against former coach John Calipari, Arkansas. I backed Arkansas in that contest for two reasons. Kentucky is terrible defensively, and standout guard Lamont Butler was out. Those two things hold true for this contest. Now, I don't think it's a coincidence that Kentucky's defense is getting worse with Butler injured. Kentucky is bad defensively either way, but not having an elite on-ball defender allows opposing guards plenty of driving room, and that's going to be a huge issue against an Ole Miss team with a very good backcourt. Now, Arkansas rattled off a strong 1.22 PPP, which showcases how brutal the Wildcats are on that end of the floor. Since January 1st, Kentucky ranks first offensively, but 168th defensively. Mark Pope is one of the sharpest offensive minds in the sport, and it's not a surprise that he's modernized Kentucky's offense in the post-Calipari era. The Wildcats' offense ranks third in offensive efficiency for the year. Now, they have a strong focus on perimeter shooting and controlling the ball as they shoot a blistering 37% from three-point range. And they have just a 14% turnover rate. Those are two important ingredients to a playing elite offense. Now, when we look at Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss is a team that has been shaky, coming off a couple tough weeks. Now, the Rebels lost 3 of their last 4 games, but 2 of the 3 were by 1 possession, an overtime loss to Mississippi State, and a blown 20-point lead against Texas A&M. I'm still optimistic Ole Miss is going to finish this season strong. Now, although Auburn rattled off a 1.31 PPP versus the Rebels, their defense is elite. Ole Miss ranks 13th nationally in defensive efficiency, and they shine in 2 key areas. That's forcing turnovers. They force turnovers at a 22% rate, and they hold opponents to 30% from deep. That's not a real stunner for a Chris Beard coach team with his sidekick, Mark Adams. They did the same thing in Lubbock, Texas with Texas Tech, and the same remains true in Oxford, Mississippi. Ole Miss has 6 players who average 9+ points per game, led by all-conference standout Sean Padula. The former Virginia Tech Hokie is a clear go-to guy, scoring 15 points per game on 40% from three-point range. The guard tandem of Padula and speedy Jalen Murray should feast on Kentucky's shaky defense. Now, the point spread here is 4.5 points. The game's at Ole Miss. The best place to bet this game is BetMGM. You can click on the link in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. I'm on the Rebels here. I think they're the better team from top to bottom. Number one of the reasons is they have a full arsenal of weapons, while Kentucky is, of course, battling injuries. I have no clue how the Wildcats can slow down a pair of ball-handling maestros like Padula and Murray. That pair should absolutely dominate this scuffling Kentucky defense. Now, the Wildcats need to get people healthy if they want to compete for anything more than just a first or second round loss in the NCAA tournament. Mark Pope has done an outstanding job with this team, but they lead Lamont Butler back. Even with Butler back, this is not a complete basketball team. Defensively, they're not very good. Ole Miss is a complete basketball team. Coach Beard does a great job. Every place he's been, Coach Beard has done a great job. So I'm going to take Ole Miss tonight to win this game. I'm going to give the 4.5 points. I think Ole Miss may even pull away at the end of this game. I think Ole Miss wins this game somewhere in the 79-69, 79-70 range. I think those guards are going to be the difference for the Rebels. All right, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, go to @GruelingTruth. I mean, X. I always say Twitter. It's kind of like when we talk about the Washington Commanders. I almost always say the Redskins out of habit. But on X, @GruelingTruth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube, and make sure you go check out thegruelingtruth.com. For now, guys, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.